Listen, listen, listen. Welcome to Monday Night Tour Ramblings, where I don't know if I'm gonna go for 3 hours because it's been a long weekend. There isn't a lot of news, and I have a feeling we'll be through everything much faster than normal. But again, I've also said that before, and it doesn't mean shit because I'll ramble on and on. So anyway, thank you guys all for joining. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I love the fact that you guys will stop and give me a little bit of time on your Monday. Um, as I kind of have my poll up, let's say, do you still want a show when there is no real toy news? And it's 50-50 between yes and just go live, you monkey, with 20 votes. So anyway, I know many of you guys kind of tune in. This is your way to wind down and that first day back into work. Um, I literally just threw a few slides together. To be 100% honest, I was really busy this week. And when there isn't a lot of toy news, I was not willing to sit there and spend my weekend, the couple hours that it takes to do anything really. There's again, I tell you, no one cares about how much time I spend in this chair, but at times I care about how much time I spend in this chair. So anyway, but when there isn't much to do, it's like how much time do you spend trying to conjure something up, or do you just go live and talk to all the people that tune in, that come to the I say Punk's bar, but we don't drink, so it's kind of a not probably not the best analogy for this place, and we can't call it the pit because, well, that happened last Friday if you were a channel member. So anyway, I do have a special guest today, as well, Olivia's not here to kind of keep him downstairs, so I let him come up, close the door. He's sitting there not paying attention to anyone, and when he starts to get rowdy and wants to go back downstairs, I will play a commercial, let him downstairs, and then he should be good for a little bit. So anyway, you guys got to see Roman for a bit and the mess that is behind me. Let me just tell you, the mess behind me, I try and hide as much as possible, due to the fact that I've started doing all kinds of pictures up here. So what was my display, well, one of my displays, has been completely torn apart because bringing figures up, moving things around, taking pictures. It's a disaster. My display downstairs is a complete disaster because I've been taking figures down there, doing some reviews, different things like that. So anyway, as for this weekend, we did do Punk's Pit. I think we were on to about 3 a.m. A good conversation. So if you're a channel member, make sure you tune in. We do it once a month. I was doing it every the second Friday of every month, but depending on how things go, sometimes it becomes the third. Just trying to make sure we get something in there. I haven't had a chance to get too much stuff up there for channel members, and it is difficult. And I put so much out there that it makes it hard to find time to create more and more content for you guys for the channel members. So that's what we try and do. And again, have a blast doing it. It's also nice. Matthew has control, so he can help me out. I can walk away if I need to. And I usually keep it to the same guests. It's kind of changed a little bit. But there's certain talking points. Although I forgot to ask Viper Scout about the Dragon off. I wrote it down and I said I will forget it, and sure enough, I did. So I spent some time working out this weekend. That's pretty much what I've been doing, making sure on Saturdays and Sundays I've really gotten back into training legs. Anyone that's friends with me on Facebook, um, Planet Fitness only has so much, and they don't have real squat racks. They only have the Smith machines, which I absolutely hate because it fixes you into a specific up and down motion. Kind of like the hack squat, which I've been doing, but I don't go real heavy. But I went pretty heavy on the press. Um, and I put it on Facebook. I put up for 4 reps, starting at 4 plates either side. Uh, I hit 838 for 4 reps on the press, working my way up from 4 plates. That was 8 plates, going up 90 each time, and then 90 down. Um, I've actually found a way. I've actually found that it's really been. I mean, it's been hitting my legs, so pretty happy with that. At 50, I wasn't planning on going too heavy with legs ever again. That's the stupidity of getting in there. It's kind of like skateboarding when you start doing more and more, even at an age, you're like, maybe I shouldn't, but I feel really good right now. And then yesterday we had, I'm part of the association board here for my townhouses, and we had a big, long, like 3.5 hour meeting. So there was just so much time that was consumed. We also do the TV terminal. Uh, with I do that with Adam. So we're watching Marshalls right now. We did that Saturday night. Um, and then I watched the Madison last night. And I know many people may not like it. That is a really well written show. It might not be perfect, but man, does it touch the feels. And I really like the way that it's been written. But that season is done. They dropped 3 episodes and 3 episodes, almost like it was thrown in there. So anyway, 45 people right now. Hit the like button. And let's say hi to everyone that did show up so far. We have Mr. Wonderful saying that he was first. Alex Martinez. Mike Gold saying ramblings of nothingness are sometimes the best ramblings. You are absolutely correct. Dustin Blair. We have GI Bro, who has the best guns in the community. We have Stephen K. We have Matthew jumping in with his customary Ronnie trick shot, who the whole reason why I work out is so I can aspire to be as big as Ronnie trick shot. We got David R. MTC collects Sabir. We have Action Figs, my other moderator. Paul Morales is in the house. Snow Wolf. We have Evan Edwards saying, hey, twice. Nolan, which makes us Toy Tube official. We have Cal Shave. We have Ultra Match. I think I say that right. I hope I do because it's a very unique name. We have the Lost Ranger, Sci-Fi George, who I believe, if I'm correct, you dropped in to Punk's Pit like right at the tail end. So apologies. But hey, go back and watch it and enjoy the ramblings. I mean, we really go off the board. We were talking about Buffy and 90210 when it first when the show started. We have Cooter's Garage, Machine Man, who I don't know if I said already. So we have Hi, It's Me saying Roman. He's there. Legend Series Tony, who I hope you're going to Joe Fest, right? I know you and Fox are planning on it. I'm hoping that you're gonna be there. And if you are, well, we're gonna talk about some stuff the whole Thursday with the friend. What I have going up through Joe Fest because I have everything slotted for right now, if you can believe that. GI Jetman, we have David T. Allen. All right. Cooking with Eric saying retro display was better. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. You might be talking about some stuff. Maybe there's a comment says retro display was better. Sci-Fi Drift says call it Punk's Basement Blog or just shooting the shit. For Punk's Pit, no, it's always gonna be Punk's Pit. As becoming a punk rocker. It worked out. Let's see here. We have Bobby Wold saying there's some kind of survey if I want to show when there's no total talk. I thought that's why you talk about Buffy all the time. Usually it's when Olivia is here, we just finish watching an episode because she always likes to watch 902. We were watching Buffy. And now we're watching 90210. Yes. Always talking 90210. We got a long ways to go. Olivia and I have a long ways to go. The best thing on 90210 though is that we don't get to a point where we're jumping between Buffy and Angel, which you have to watch it in that order, and that type of stuff does become kind of uh problematic, I guess you could say. JRH is saying, "What's up, Punk?" Who was my guest on Thursday with the Friend. So I want to say a big shout out, a big thank you to Joe for joining me on Thursday. I had a good time with him. Evil Dookie, who I believe Friday was your first Punk's Pit. I don't remember if I had you on before. Evan saying hey again. He's just here to say hey, which is fine by me. Like he says it again. Hope you're not a troll. We don't like trolls. We'll talk about that in a little bit too. I mean, I do have some things to talk about. Tony's face saying no news Monday. I could yell that, but it might blow your eardrums out. But yeah, nobody wants that. And I think I've hit almost. Oh no, we already said hi to Lost Ranger, so I think that is okay. So Legend Series says we'll be there, brother. You better. I'm holding you to it, man. I'm holding you to that. Just so you know. Okay. Sci-fi says not Punk's Pit not Punk's Pit for when you have when you don't have much to talk about toy wise like tonight's thumbnail. I can kind of keep that I try and keep that in mind. I forget things almost as quickly as they come through me. Itsy Trevi. We have men who has jumped in the house. And here we go. Snow Wolf saying the actor that played Xander on Buffy passed away last week. That's what we were talking about literally as Punk's Pit started, because I hadn't heard that. He passed away the exact same day as I was gonna say Charles Norris, but I don't know if his name was Charles. I just kind of assuming it was Charles. No one's ever called him that. So anyway, big thank you to Joe AR. There are too many fucking Joes in the Joe community. I'm just gonna say that right now. I was actually talking to Ken from Toy Connections. Hi, Ken. And we were just recently talking about it. I was talking like, man, there's too many Joes. You have Joe Hunter, Joe ARH, and I can't say ARA. I'm sorry. That's an acronym that should not be put together. I'm just saying that. It's not supposed to be put together. We have Talking Joe, Joe Fan, who's not Joe Hunter. There were a couple other Joes that popped up while we were chatting. Same time, Toys is here. So anyway, thank you very much. Please, if you haven't watched that, go back and check it out. Make sure you watch his streams, subscribe to his channel. They are all in the description. Everyone, thank you to everyone that showed up for Punk's Pit. Matthew, Ed, Eduardo, which is Viper Scout, Evil Dookie, and seriously, a whole bunch more. Tony was there. I can't think, so that's the reason why I'm not saying everyone. Yes. Joe Namath. I don't know if Joe Namath does a G.I. Joe talk show, but I want Susie. I could care less about the Jets. I want to kiss you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up Joe Namath drunk talking to Susie Colbert. Don't be drunk on camera. That's all I have to say. That it's just not a good look. Nothing's gonna come good from it. All right, this week, Punks. No, this week, not Punks, but Thursday with a Friend. You can see a lot of changes in Thursday with a Friend leading up through Joe Fest. This one's a little different. We got a special drop, and this Thursday, I will be joined by both my moderators, Matthew Matson and Ed Action Figs. And also, we will be joined by Random Diorama. Some of you know him as Jonathan. No one knows him as Jonathan. But some of you know him as Radnom. Thank you to Ted Darklaw, that he will always be known as Radnom. But we have some very special stuff. Well, we have a special drop. So if you're like, hey, there's a little bit of a lull Friday's coming. I'm getting paid. Just keep a little bit of money in your pockets because I think you guys are going to enjoy what we have going. I'm just saying, uh, look around and you may start noticing some things in a few pictures of maybe some of the guys that I have mentioned. Um, but it's going to be pretty cool. Um, Stuff like this will enhance what you do in your displays and everything. So we'll just leave it at that, and I'll mention in a little bit. But what I would say, go make sure you hit that remind me with Thursday with a friend. It's already up. Um, it just says Thursday with a friend. I'll let you put the pieces together there after that. But anyway, so we have that going. That's going to be this Thursday with a friend. Since I'm talking about Thursday, friend, I have already lined up all through Joe Fest. Now, going into May, it is now the drive to Joe Fest. And I wanted to do something a little bit different. I have so many different people. I've had so many people on. I've never had a return actual, just regular guest. Um, so I'm still waiting before I can start maybe hitting people up again. Um, that was from earlier on, but going in, and there's going to be some things. So I kind of want to go into it. Um, I told you what we have going on this week with myself, Matthew Matson, Ed, and obviously Random Diorama. After that, I have all of next month uh, already set up. And what we actually have is on April 2nd, I have Bill Murphy from Fresh Monkey Fiction, Big Bad Workshop. He is going to be my guest. Airborne Customs. If you guys are wondering what's going on, you ever want to see what figures are comprised from what with the G.I. Joe Classified, Airborne Customs is who you need to be following. And there's a lot of different reasons for it. He'll be on the 9th. The 16th is Mark to Toys. He was the final one that I had to line up leading up through Joe Fest. After that, the 23rd, I'm actually in New York for training, so I won't be on. And on the 30th, there is also no show as I'm going to be on Toy Domination, and I promise you, I will plug that as we get closer. Dom is awesome. I was on his show earlier this year. Then I had him on mine. Uh, Thursdays are different. Thursdays are difficult because I'm doing this. He hit me up before I had everything finished, and I said, "You know what? This is perfect." Um, and he's a fun guy, man. He is really fun. Great guy in person. I'm looking forward to getting together with you guys. Already hounding me to work out while I'm on vacation. You guys are nuts. All right. Then going directly into May. I know you guys aren't going to all remember this. I should probably write it all down. Maybe put the list out. I will. Starting on the 7th, I'm having Ed Schumacher from Joe Fest. He is the owner. He is going to be joining me along with my moderator, Ed. All these people that you're going to hear are going to Joe Fest. So, this is why it's called the Drive to Joe Fest. That's how we're kicking it off. On the 14th, I'm gonna have Debo, who you've seen who did the water moccasin along with Plastic Fantastic. I met these guys at Joe Fest. One of them is a hardcore straight edge guy. So again, we fit perfectly. You've seen all the stuff Plastic Fantastic's done. You're starting to see the stuff that Debo is doing. On the 21st, gonna have guys from Podcast from the Pit. Casey's gonna be on. Hillbilly Harper, Joe ARH. They're gonna be joining me on the 28th. Tony Legend Series. This is why I mentioned that Smoking Joe's is going to be on. So that is going to be Shane, Same Time Toys, obviously a Woody 222, the Figure Addict, and then hopefully Tony and his lovely wife, Fox, who have all been guests on Thursday with a friend. So you should go watch it. On the 4th, the guys from Delta 17, that is Steve, one of the owners, well, the main owner. Ken, hi Ken. I reached out to I can't think of his name. Wilhelm, and I think I forgot to reach out to Emerald Knight, but I want to have Emerald Knight on. They help work the booth, so we're going to be doing that on the 11th. Backyard Battlefield guys. So we're going to have obviously Darren, 3-star draw, Krusty O'Crow, and Pop Blender. I promise we won't talk politics that day. And then on the 18th, leading directly into it, the Circle of Jerks guys. Baldy, Tony, and kind of one of the honorary members, and that is B's Battleground. They will all be joining me. This is all leading into it. As we know, I go into Joe Fest. I'm not doing a show on Thursday. I will be on vacation right after that, so I'm not doing a show then. And when I get back on the 9th of July, well, that's going to be the Joe Fest recap. Everyone will be sick and tired of hearing people talk about it, but I won't. So, woo! All right. Quickly, we have Unboxing Art jumping in saying, I love the shirt. Thank you very much. You can get these along with any of my other merchandise in the description. You can find a link to the page. Go buy some shirts. Circle of Jerks, Punk with Toys. I want to say to Joe Fest. I think it'd be really cool. Be super cool. Anyway, I have ignored all the comments. Steven says, I'm taking detailed notes. Good, because I might have to reach out to you when I forget. Steve Chom jumping in, or Ted Knight. Whew. All right. Hi, it's me saying, please welcome the mandatory night. Please welcome the Monday night toy rambling show, the Sticky Tack brand. I need that. I really do. I need a sticky tack brand deal. For sure. US Combat Dojo. We got Double Dog saying, what's up, everyone? Thousand Wolves has joined us. Triple D's Toy Dungeon, who also will be there. We have Astro Zombie saying, Roman, like, he's getting more and more comfortable. He doesn't get to see that too often because he doesn't come up here too often because he's still dealing with the torn ACL, but he's doing better. But I don't want to push it. Billy Butch has also joined us. All right. And I'm sorry, that's not Brandon. There's Brandon R right there. All right. Many of you might have seen I dropped the review of the Action Soldier. I got one right here. Action Soldier Special Forces. I did put the Master Key on him, which, in all honesty, is something he probably should have come with. B's Battleground, I know in his, he talks about the figure and certain things he probably should have come with as Special Forces. Listen, I'm not in the military, but I do understand some of the stuff that he was saying. I don't really have an issue with their M4 203 platform that they have. The FAMAS is one of those. It's not a U.S. rifle, so they should not have had that. The RPG, I looked up and they said, yeah, the U.S. doesn't use them, but they are trained to use those. So that actually makes some sense. There's no doubt about that. So it's a fun figure. They are available at Walmart. They had them all in the back. I haven't been to any Walmarts because since I've gotten it, because there's really been no need. But if you want one, go pick them up. They're $53. I'm sorry, $43. So they are going to be available. They're a hefty price. But just remember this, the soldier here, he jumped in price. And I believe the Halo jumper also jumped in price. So I wouldn't sleep on it. I wouldn't play clearance chicken if it's something you really want. And we're going to be talking about this whole clearance thing. That's actually kind of one of the topics that we will be getting into. Triple D's Dungeon member for 15 months. So, you get a
fucking Phil Collins.
Hi, it's me. Says, sorry, please welcome Tio, the mandatory. I keep saying mandatory. Sorry, meant please welcome T.O., the Monday Night Toy Rambling Show, the Sticky Tack Band. Yeah, I actually got that after I read it. And I was like, I think you meant band. Like, this is like my own talk show. Uh, um, but yeah, go check out the video. It's a good figure, $43. This is where I'm saying Hasbro, you are pushing your limits for an action figure. I know everything has gone up, but this is where you're really starting to push your limits. And yeah, they give you some stuff, and they give you some new stuff, but this is a hefty price, man. It really is. Um, I'm kind of with Bees Battleground. I'm not really sure what makes this a deluxe. I can almost make a justification with prices going up um, with the Royal Guard because of, I mean, you give them four different head sculpts, wings, soft good capes, a lot of different stuff. But this is supposed to be Army Builder, and this is where maybe you want to give a deluxe one that is fully kitted out like this, but maybe you do a cheaper price Pulse exclusive. And we've been talking about this before. We talked about this a long time ago, where why are you not offering Cobra Troopers, Viper Troopers on Pulse for 22 bucks? People would buy that stuff up. You'd make a fortune. And again, I understand everything is about making millions for $1 billion company, but you do have to start, again, I can look at reasoning, understand, hey, Hasbro doesn't get $43. It's not like they pocket $43. Walmart has to make their cut, distribution, all the people, but you're getting to a point where you are starting to price people out for something like this. That's all that I'm going to say there. Triple D's Dungeon says, Phil Collins ain't got nothing on Chuck Norris. Well, that's very true. Lego Star Wars Kid says, sorry, I only got Legacy from Rosscon. And that's fine. Like, hey, dude, I'm not, if you don't feel you need it, then that's fine. I have an issue with people that want something but won't get it. B's Battleground is here saying, if anything, snag one at full price, then play clearance chicken for troop building. Yeah, I kind of wish I would have just bought one. I mean, after taxes and you're in the $90 range, you're like, damn, I really just spent this much on two figures. I would say, yeah, buy one, see if you can get the other ones on clearance. If you don't feel you have to have it, if you're like, hey, you know what, Fresh Monkey Fiction does a better version with their Phantom Core, then buy that. They work. There's no doubt about it. Krusty Old Crow jumping in here saying, oh, Toilets Weeks. I'm here for the support group. The Bees Battleground says they used to do troop building for Marvel Legends, and this was, I think, the whole idea a lot of us had, but it's been a few years since. But I'd buy some blank packaging, minimum price, and minimal accessory troop builders. And I think a lot of people would, especially with the amount of weapons Classified's already given us. So even if you're not someone who goes to Top Fun Toys or Gridiron or buys weapon packs from other places, you still have enough weapons, even if you just gave someone a sidearm or an M16 and an M4. I'd go with an M4 or even just the regular XMLRP. Again, you could do this with G.I. Joe. There's so much that you could do because it's not just a vehicle building thing anymore. That's what it was in the 80s. It is an army building thing for adult toy collectors with adult money. Anyway, that was the only video that I really dropped. The classic videos, like I said, I'm going to finish up I think it's wave 5. And that is the Terradrome, Firebat, AVAC, the Night Raven, and the Strato Viper. I just haven't got around to do it. I literally have them down. Now, I was missing the missiles for the Night Raven. I just went on eBay today and ordered them. So I'm going to wait till I get the missiles in, and then I'll drop that. So I might do the Terradrome I might have time to do it this weekend just to get it done, and then get it out of the way, get it all the way back and packaged up again. So, or not packaged up, but back in my display because my room, O-ring room, it is completely destroyed. Also, all my display is completely destroyed. So anyway, whew, all right. I'm going to talk about something that you shouldn't do. Now, you can do whatever you want, but this is something you shouldn't do. Now, I've talked about the do's and don'ts of live streaming, right? I've talked about you don't go in, you don't promote your own videos, your own live streams. You don't promote other people's live streams. If you're in the middle of a conversation and someone says, "Hey, B, dude, I loved your special forces, video. Cool." Like, and then you have a conversation. Somebody asks you about it. That is perfectly fine. But you don't go in other people's and you don't promote, you know, uh, your videos, your streams, your page. Like you don't do that. It's just and some guys don't care. I've talked about this. I have these hard, fast, steady rules. Some people don't like them. You don't ask to be on people's shows. It's just one of those things that you do. Stanley Eberhard jumping in here. Saying where has Sherlock been? I asked Tony. Actually, Sherlock jumped on the Punk's pit literally right at the end. I guess he just took some time off social media, so no big deal. But he definitely is still around. So don't think that he's not. Wreckship 85 saying ahoy, and yeah. So, but this is one of the biggest don'ts. And I cannot express this enough. If you don't like somebody, it's fine. Don't go in other people's chats and tell them how much you hate someone. All right? They don't care. Nobody cares. I do not go in other people's chats and say, I don't like so and so. Dude, it is the fastest way to get bumped off of somebody's fucking stream. All right? Now, the fact of the matter is, everyone knows I yelled at, Delta 17, Emperor, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know. And he's really mad about it. And that's fine. He can live his life on the internet. I don't care. But he is, and I get so many screenshots of him telling everyone, I hate Punk. I hate Punk. And frankly, I don't care. But this is what I can tell you. If you enjoy watching other people's streams, don't go in there and say you hate someone, because what's going to happen is they are going to ban you. They are going to give you the boot and you're not going to be able to comment. And I know people will probably spin it that, hey, these are all of Punk's friends. No, it's that they don't want to hear about your beef with somebody. I have never gone in someone else's chat and talked about other people that I don't like. That either stays on this channel or I just don't talk about it. You have no one to blame but yourself when you continue to do this. Now, this is just a PSA, all right? This is just a PSA that if you do this, this is something, yes. Although I did get new laundry. I did get a new washer and dryer, and I'm really enjoying watching the top of the washer because it has a window. Watching it go, I get really mad when it now steams up now. That's very, very disappointing. But no, it's very true. Like, you're saying stuff, and Stanley here says he has burnt all his bridges everywhere else too. It sure seems like that. No, it's not even toy drama. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to be 100% honest, right? Just don't go saying that you hate. And again, this is specifically at me. And frankly, I don't care that you hate me, right? That's not the purpose. But if you go in other people's chats a lot of times I'm not even there. As a matter of fact, this was the first time that I saw it was yesterday. When you say that, like the people are like, they're doing a show, everyone's in the chat, and they're like, I don't care. Like what this has nothing to do with what the hosts are discussing or anything to do with the topic. Now, if the topic is YouTubers you hate, then yes, by all means, do that. And frankly, I don't even care because, again, it doesn't matter because it's one of those things where you're just going to get booted from places. And it has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with these guys or my friends. It has to do with that nobody wants to see you tell people who you hate. I could have got booted from a lot of places. Saying I hate certain people, but why? Why would I waste my time? So this is just my PSA. I'm not going to do a weekly PSA, but there's do's and don'ts that I often refer to. This I think should be at the top. just don't do it. Just don't do it. Yes. And Matthew says he went after Chris McLeod the other day, blasting him for not reading his chats. Chris apologized and then proceeded to read his chats on the Full Force next live stream. Oh yes, I didn't know that Chris did that, but I knew I did see that type of stuff. It's just one of those things. Yeah, it is the simple things. And again, I don't care that he doesn't like me. I'm just saying if you enjoy watching YouTube and being part of the community and being in these chats, just don't bring my name up. I'm not going to bring you up in chats. I have nothing to say to you. But it's just not it's weird. Like just don't. Like you get booted and again, that's it. That's all I have to say on that. That's all I have to say about that. I just needed to bring that up because it's just one of those weird things. Like, if someone came in here and they started saying, and it wouldn't matter who it is, like, and again, it's not about like in a conversation, like someone brought up someone's name, but if someone was, I don't think it's here. It's not. It's not a secret. I don't like it's Chad. But if someone came in here instead of saying I hate is Chad, and every single comment was I hate is Chad, like I hate is Chad, my moderators would boot them because they'd be like, well, this serves no fucking purpose whatsoever with the stream. So just if you want to be part of something, just don't do it. It's that simple. Although I think the amount of streams that he can go on are starting to wither down. Debo DNA jumping in saying, "What's up, all?" Anyway, woo. Okay, so remember this Thursday, please head on over. You can see the little link. Thursday with the friend special drop. Matthew, Match, and myself, Ed, and Radnam Random Diorama will be on. Save a little pocket change. Start digging through those couches. Because maybe you're going to see something that you like that you think will enhance your toy photography, your displays, different things like that. All right. And what the hell is this?
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
Ryan Trickshot with the $2 super chat. Do you even lift? I'm working on getting the pipes like you, Ronnie. I know I said if you know, you know. But if you could sit there and if you could imagine seeing Ronnie Trickshot try and pose off against GI Bro, you would understand how amazing it was. It was comical. I love the fact that Ronnie's pretty quiet. When you see him in real life, he's a sneaky little bastard. Action figures sold separately. You got to ask about Chad in a DM like an adult. Yes. And then 3-star draw jumping in here. And I do just want to say, you see a lot of the stuff back here. It's hard to see. You see him in my pictures. I tag him in everything. Robert is doing an amazing job. So please, when you see me tag on, go look at the stuff that he's doing. He does videos of him creating it. And if you're going to be at Joe Fest, you don't want to pay for the shipping. It is a perfect place to get some of his stuff. So, he leg pressed over 800 pounds the other day. 838 pounds. And they are real leg presses. They're not. I don't half-ass it, believe me. So Triple D's Dungeon says, I really hate people who hate people. Okay. And then yes, a punk with quads. Unfortunately, my legs are not nearly as big as you would think they would be. Skateboarding has made them extremely strong. All right, so I got to ask you guys all to do something, okay? I need your help. It's not going to cost you guys any money, okay? But if you want to go buy a shirt, there's a link down there. If you're going to use the Amazon link right down there, and all those other links, you're going to see them. So where's the channel? But I need your help, all right? Tomorrow on Circle of Jerks, Baldy is having a topic, Chuck Norris memes, different things like this. So he wants to do, he wants to talk about different Chuck Norris memes. We're supposed to send them our favorite ones, whatever. I don't have time. I need your guys' help. I need you guys all to send at least one Chuck Norris meme to Baldy's Instagram. All right, it's not that hard to find. Send him one. Say, hey, this is for Punk Chuck Norris meme. Please, just blast his inbox. Please, please, please do it. I'm not gonna have a chance, and I don't really want anyone going, you didn't send me any pictures. You're damn right. I didn't send you any pictures because I'm a busy motherfucker. I do lots of things, but it won't be hard. Just pick your favorite Chuck Norris meme, send it to Baldy, and say, this is from Punk. Again, Baldy's not hard to find. Baldy Locks reviews. Do it before he finds out. Tony's Fake says, I already did. Count me out. Yes, blast Baldy in his box. All right, so are you guys in? Can you guys do it? Yes. We are now minion. You guys can call yourselves whatever you want. I'm asking as a favor from someone who puts a lot of time in this chair to just inundate his inbox with shit. So please send, and if you know him on Facebook, you can do it there too. But I have a feeling most of you probably are following him. Okay. And if I don't find out, there were at least 5 people that sent it, I'm going to be very disappointed. There's 65 people. There were 70 people watching when I said it. Steve Chump says, I never got into Chuck Norris movies. Seem kind of cheesy. Yeah, it's not about the movies. It's about the memes. All right. It's about the memes. So if you're on Instagram, send them over to Baldy and just say, hey, this is from Punk. And he'll appreciate it more than anyone else on Circle of Jerks. I think Tony can attest to that, right? Joe RH says, thankfully, I have a Chuck Norris folder for such an occasion. Joe, hey, I knew I had you for a guest. I knew I had you on for a guest for a reason. Just come on, guys. Do me that quick favor. Anyway, woo! Thank you so much. All right, we are 46 minutes into this. I kind of mentioned everything that I needed to. Lego Star Wars says, memes about Chuck Norris badassery. Yes. um, I just love the fact that the guy fully got him. Like that guy, he was part of the joke, kind of like Bruce Campbell being Ash from the Walking Dead, from the Evil Dead. He gets it, and he accepted. Hey, this is kind of, this is part of who I am. Even the Hoff got it after a while. So, um, please do that. Have fun. He will talk about it on the show tomorrow. I think he's going to get a kick out of it. So, anyway, since we are talking about Circle of Jerks, and we're going to get into some news here.
Welcome back to Late Night with Mothman. Oh man, we've had such a crazy ride so far with all the amazing guests and shows that we've watched throughout this 36-hour stream. And I want to make sure y'all know we got to keep donating. We got to keep getting them numbers up. Skeletor, what are you doing here? Skeletor has come for the circle jerk. Ooh. Come again? That's the plan. Skeletor, I think you're confused. There's no this is a Late Night with Mothman, so I don't know what you're referring to. Man, Tony's Figs told me I could meet 4 bald men here for a circle jerk. And Skeletor will not leave until he's satisfied. Skeletor, I think you might be confused with the show that's called Circle of Jerks, and they're not on right now. Then they do a show like every week or every other week or something. I don't watch it. Fool! I promise you, Skeletor is not confused. Skeletor, I'm trying to tell you there's no circle jerk going on here right now.
I got this. Skeletons. What you're looking for is it's back here in the back.
Yes.
Skeletor will be satisfied.
I don't even know what's happening anymore, guys. So maybe we just kick it back to the 36-hour live stream, and y'all just keep donating money for Toys for Tots. Yeah, Late Night with Mothman, I guess.
And I am going to reach out to Ted and get more of those. Quickly, Wraith Mace jumping in and saying, evening, folks. We are the Hammer. Stopping in today. Hello, and spam that like. Yes, thank you. There's like 64 volts, but only like 43 likes. I still won't get that ever. 20's Fake says, Chuck Norris lost his virginity before his dad did. And Matthew says, he's already figured it out. Hey, if he's figured it out that quickly, that means that people are sending. That means people are sending stuff to him. And look, here's one of the jerks right now. This asshole is here. Toy Optics Spec joining us too. So, like I said, if you have a chance, I'm just busy. I'm a busy man. I don't have time to send my 5 Chuck Norris memes to Baldy for the show. So I need your guys' help, man. There's 59 people watching. Please send him 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just spam that inbox with Chuck Norris memes saying from Punk. And if any of the jerks will get it. Oh shit. Baldy says my mom is getting pissed. My phone is blowing up. Oh man. Anyway, thank you guys, I guess I should say. Saving me doing a little bit of work. So brother number 1 jumping keep a glide in your stride, a dip in your hip, and let's all wait on the mothership. I think that was a rap, but I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about the little bit of news that we have. And Ramen Toys did this. Now, I am so thinking about getting this. So this is the Neon Camel Mega Tank. All right. And if you haven't seen it, it's Ramen Toys. It is $250. and I believe it's ready to ship. Now, where I have a problem is when I go to the website and look at it, it's telling me third quarter of 2025. So here we go. Looking at the Neon Camel Mega Tank, start putting this stuff together, and I think you're going to figure out what it is. But he basically did his tank, and he did the Megatron tank, but he also is giving you a driver. Now, when I quickly saw this, I don't know if he's here or not, dude. I thought Sean Forrester like did the figure. So this is cool. This is unique. This would have been a cool style, you know, this could have been a cool style HasLab if they really wanted to get crazy. And what I mean by that is one that actually transforms. Like you want to charge a lot of money, this might be the way to do it. But yeah, this is actually pretty cool, and the tank is nice. When it comes to this price on this tank, one of my biggest gripes, and it has nothing to do with what he's created, is that you really can't see inside the cockpit. I know Crow and I have discussed this, but this is definitely one of those, one of those things where it's like you can't really see into it. So, how much do you want to just see the outside? It has a wonderful inside, and that's kind of where you unfortunately lose it. Alex Martinez says, "I got your back, Punk." Sending some memes now. We got Tim Brower, G2 Megatron. I love it, and I really do like this idea. So here's the back of it. Again, I don't know who wants a purple camouflage green tank, but we all know where this is coming from. There will be somebody that probably sees this and lose. I mean, imagine if Hasbro did this. There would be people that lose their mind that they don't know military, that they put purple camo. There's no such thing. But yeah. And Stanley says, Juggernaut type helmet. Nope. It is not a Juggernaut type helmet. When you see it, you probably get it. But I think this is the first time he's offering a figure with it. Now you can go watch Krusty Old Crow. He did a wonderful review on this, the size of it. And I believe this is still the same one that he's already pushed out, that so many people have. But if you look, this is Megatron. Now, I have talked more than a few times on Sean Forrester's G.I. Joe Transformer Customs. He does a wonderful job of creating the Seekers in G.I. Joe form, or Ironhide, or Bumblebee, Megatron. And I saw this like in the tank and wasn't really paying attention to it. And I actually thought that it was something that Sean Forrester had done. But yeah, this is one of those, this is definitely one of those things where I looked at this. I'm like, man, you're going to get a figure, $250. It is pricey, but people have gotten the tank and know that it is good quality. I have the Ramen van sitting right here. I've reviewed the Ramen Racer. Come to think of it, I don't know why Greg never gave me the ramen tanks to review. I don't remember even offering. But for $250, and that probably does not include shipping, you're probably looking at close to a $300 price. And I'm still under the assumption that we're getting a HasLab this year for G.I. Joe. So it's difficult to say I can take on that price. But I really do like the way that it looks. It does look good. There's no doubt about it. 3-star says, yeah, it'd be nice to get that tank commander with your tank. Yeah, and this is something different. Again, you can see where he takes cues from, where the inspiration is coming from, but it's different, but it also fits, like I think most people go like, hey dude, I could see Cobra having this guy as a Viper, right? And he's the mega tank commander. kind of funny how they use that too. So anyway, Toy Optics says, "Show my new photo. It has the ramen van. Whore me out." I'm only showing stuff that is AI generated these days. Billy Butch says that the figure would be even more badass if he'd come with a bazooka. Well, this gives 3D printers an idea to do. That actually would be pretty cool, to be 100% honest. So anyway, this was what I think this dropped today, or at least it got showed off today. Again, if I come over here and I have, I have it up here. It says BotCon, 2025, and again, it's 249.95. Estimated arrival third quarter of 2025. So I don't know. Oh wait, this is from Abyss. So I don't even know where. I typed in ramen toy. Or no, it was the link that it was actually the link that he gave. So I don't know. There you go. I wonder if they're making this. Anyway, there you go. If you want this, you can go buy it and have fun with it and take pictures with it. Don't tag me in it. Tag Baldy. Jay Solo Art saying he needs a red target on his chest and a laser tag gun. That's funny. Hey, look, and here's Sean Forrester right here. I don't know if you're just tuning in. I was saying I saw this. I don't know if you've seen this today. This is the Neon Camo Mega Tank, and I thought that this was. This is what I said. Looks like a custom I did. That's exactly what I was saying when I saw this picture. I thought I'm like, did Sean just customize a ramen tank and put Megatron? It looks very similar to one that you have done. And if you go back 5 minutes, you'll hear me talking about how this is something I thought that you had done. So yeah, I mean, you didn't do this figure, did you? If you did, then I feel stupid. You're gonna check out Sean Forrester's Instagram. Do that. Don't send him Chuck Norris memes. No, he's a no same head probably. So anyway, okay. So that's one bit of toy news, and then there was this Skeletron on the Full Force. They dropped their new army builder. This is their Toylanta exclusive. Now I'm assuming this will be available after. Looking at this, I believe this is a 4-inch figure. Looking at that head sculpt, you kind of say, hey, you know what? That looks like it might fit. It looks like maybe they will be sharing some stuff with Big Bad Workshop when they do the 4-inch figure. I mean, the 6-inch figures. So it probably uses the same buck. Again, they shared the stuff with Marauder, but he has the helmet there that is unique. Now I can say this: the backpack is definitely different, and when you look at this, the first thing I said was, I hope those rockets stand better than the classified Major Bloods, because those things absolutely sucks. But yeah, this is one of those. Again, this is an army builder for I believe the trooper. So this is the 4-inch figure. But if you know anything about Skeletron, if they're doing a 4-inch figure, they've shown that there was 2 hidden 6-inch figures still to come. And well, I think it's kind of foreshadowing that this is probably what we're going to get. Spec says, looks like the backpack has a cover. You might be right. Now, this is like, again, this was sent to me from Toy Connections. Hi, Ken. If you haven't said hi to Ken, please say hi to Ken quickly. I don't want to. You don't want to not say hi to Ken. All hell breaks loose. But anyway, yeah. So I'll probably be getting one of these. I've been collecting everything that they've been doing, but I am way more excited to get a 6-inch version of this. But yeah, Corey Kentloop did the backpacks and the accessories. Oh, interesting. I didn't watch it, so I'm assuming Matthew did because Matthew watches every single toy live stream that's ever been done. Kel Shave says if the HasLab is a $350 Thunder Machine or Moccasin, I'm gonna be sad. If a 450 if a 450 Moray, I'm in 100%. Well, it's not gonna be the water moccasin because the water moccasin is coming out. I mean, I've talked about that. My understanding is the water moccasin has been pushed back to next year, so I wouldn't be expecting it soon. I had heard that it was supposed to come out this year. A couple sources have told me that it's been pushed back to next year. Who knows? Who knows what the real deal is? But supposedly there is one coming. I've not seen any shots of it or anything. The Thunder Machine, 350 does not. I don't think 350 justifies that price point. Not for what we've gotten for. I don't think they haven't had a 350 price point on the HasLab yet. So if they were going to do that, and again, I do think that probably was the right way to go. I've already told people my feelings on the Moray. Although some people feel like that's really the last big iconic Cobra vehicle. I just don't think that, again, if you don't have a whale, you don't have another large G.I. Joe water vehicle to fight it as his opposition, do you really want it? I know people do want it, but I'd rather hold out for a hovercraft. And they don't have to go back and forth. They really don't. They just have. But anyway, that's it. That's my news. Matthew says you should just watch the full force video from this morning. All details are there. That's where the images came from. I know that's where the images came from. I just haven't watched it because, again, I feel like I've mentioned how I've been busy. The Lilith says, but the Night Raven is too big. Let's just get that all out there. The Night Raven is too big to make as a HasLab. You look at the 3D printed Sky Strikers. It's too big. And the Night Raven is, I do believe, the longest G.I. Joe plane that they made. It would be huge. And no one has room for it. I'm sorry, the majority of us don't have room for it. 3-star says, I don't know why you denied the Moray. One of them has to be first. Because the water moccasin is coming, and the water moccasin can be the opposition to the whale. G.I. Joe does not have a mid-size vehicle, a mid-size water vehicle to take it on. I could be completely wrong. Again, I have no knowledge of it. And the person that I asked said, yep, he doesn't know either. He hasn't heard anything. So that is being kept hush-hush. But that is my reasoning. I mean, I think I've been actually pretty clear about it. I've actually, in my opinion, done a pretty good job of explaining my reasoning for it. Cooking with Eric says 814-pound leg press busy. 838 pounds. For 4 reps. Yes. And that was going up. right? That was going up from starting with 4 plates on either side, going up 90 each one. And then I went down 90, back down to 4. I just want to pat myself on the back. Mantas versus Morays. Yeah, it has to be iconic. G.I. Jetman says, I just sent a meme to Baldy last week. Thank you very much. If you guys haven't yet, please send a meme to Baldy for. Anyway, Lego Star Wars Kids, 800 pounds, too much punk, you'll hurt your back. No, because your back is just pressed up against the seat. It's not a squat. There's a big difference between a leg press and a squat. You can leg press a lot more than you can squat. It's yeah, you can put up a lot more with the leg press. as clearly I said. So if you were talking about a squat, yes. The leg press is literally like your back is fixed against that, and you are just pushing it. And yep, there it is. Toy optics, but they were only half reps, short legs. And believe me, I have heard that many times over the years that you don't have to push weight up as far as we do because you have short arms or whatever. I laugh because I still have to go through all the range of motion. It still hits all the exact same muscles as everyone else. But yes. And then Toy Optic says, people leg press wrong by letting their butts come up. There goes your lower back. Again, I do things properly. I will say that. Like I learned a long time. I learned from the beginning, don't ego lift. Don't ego lift because you're just going to hurt yourself. But I learned that through everything, whether it be skateboarding. I'm just impressed that I've done it. The most that I can ever remember doing is 10 plates on either side. Many, so many years ago. Now, whether I don't remember if I did more than that. I used to work out with that. Again, skateboarding has grown extremely strong legs. Okay. The Lilith says people said they wouldn't do the Rattler and classified scale, but they did. It wouldn't. Hold on. People said they wouldn't do the Rattler classified scale, but they did. I wouldn't be surprised to see them do a Moray or Night Raven in the scale, as Hasbro won't care if they have space. They just want the vehicle. Okay. The Moray, I'm not saying I can't see a Moray being done. It is a large vehicle. The Night Raven is still too big. They folded the wings on the Rattler. And here, anyone that has the Rattler will tell you it is huge. The Dragonfly is actually a little bit longer, but it doesn't have that width. I could be completely they've already said they're not doing a Sky Striker, and the Night Raven is longer. I'm just saying. But yeah. John Battle says, like my daughter says, you go short king. All right, you know what? Okay. Toy Optic says, I didn't say you did them properly. It's just one excuse. I correct a lot of people. No. I understand. I didn't think that you were correcting me. I think that you and I have talked more than enough that you know that, when I lift weights, I lift properly. I mean, it's one of those things when one of my buddies was a personal trainer, I would have him. I'm like, hey, is this right? And he's like, it's spot on. Like, it is picture perfect. And it's not because I'm like some great bodybuilder. I'm not. I mean, look at me. It's just that was one thing that I spent my time, and most people do. Most people that take going to the gym seriously, that's one of the things that they will do is they watch their form rather than looking at the hot girls around you going, hey, let me ego lift. Let me tell you something. All the people that ego lift, there's probably 20 people in that gym at that time that can lift more than you that aren't ego lifting. Just remember that. But yeah, Beardy McBeardison says, mess up a leg press, you'll end up looking like a Motu figure. That is why you don't lock out your legs. And that is why you don't go crazy. Like, again, I'm not using a spotter. I'm not going, just seriously, like, I, as most people that go to the gym a lot, they could probably go heavier than what they do, but a lot won't because they don't have a spotter. Believe me, when I see those like videos where it starts off someone's leg pressing and you don't know why it's happening, I usually turn it pretty quickly because I don't need to see that. Allison says, what was that noise? Did you shart? No, I think it was my son. He came in and was petting Roman, and then I think Roman made a noise. I think he's still in here. Yes. No, I didn't shart. I would have hit the mute button if I did that. Anyway, that was it. That was all the news. It's 10:18. We're about to call it a night. All right. I do want to talk about a couple of things. I probably should get off Facebook because I think most of the people on Facebook are stupid. Now, I'm the first one. I'm the first one in our chats and our Circle of Jerks chat to say, dude, you guys, we're trying to grow. We're trying to grow. So maybe we shouldn't insult people all the time. And it's hard. It's hard. There's times you type things out and then you don't send it. And there have been times that I've wanted to say something to someone that asked a stupid question, and then I don't. I answer the question nicely, and they'll be like, oh, hey, punk, love your video. Well, good thing I didn't just insult you, because then who knows what you're going to say. But there's a couple of things that have just been driving me mad. Now, I have heard it's not just in the G.I. Joe community, but that's the one I see the most. And this really goes to collecting in general. And my real question is, when did collecting and being part of a hobby of anything turn into, I just want stuff on clearance, or this should be cheaper? We kind of brought this up on Punk's Pit, and I said to Evil Dookie, I go, you've collected motorcycles. I don't think those are too cheap. Why is it that this toy community, and again, it's mostly G.I. Joe that I see. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the other ones because I'm not really fixating on them. Why is it that I'm only going to buy this if it goes on clearance? Rosscon. Like, when did being in a hobby and collecting, when did it come down to, well, only if I can get it as cheap as possible? There are people that collect cars, and don't get me wrong, it's all about finding a deal. We all love finding deals. And I'm one person too that said, hey, you know what? I like that figure, but I don't really like that price. And if I find it on clearance or on sale, I'll pick it up. Bobby B actually talked about it earlier. He made a comment about it. You know what? Maybe just pick up one of the action soldiers. Maybe just pick up one of the action soldiers, and then, wait and hope that you find one on clearance or on sale. And I agree with that. That's one of those things where, okay, if you really want it, just buy it. I've heard other shows talk about this. Other people talk about it. There is nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I can't afford it, or hey, I don't think that it is worth. I mean, I don't think that is worth my hard-earned money. I fully get that. But the amount of people that you see that are still doing figure swaps. Now, if you are a figure swapper right now, fucking leave my page. You are a fucking worthless piece of shit human being. All right. I'm just going to say that. If you are a figure swapper, you are a worthless human fucking being. All right. And I would tell you to go do some stuff, but fucking YouTube doesn't allow that type of stuff. It is one of the biggest bullshits that I've ever seen. All right. If you can't afford to be part of a hobby, or you can't afford to collect certain things in a hobby, there's nothing wrong with it. If you look at a Mythic Legion and you say, you know what, I don't think that that is worth $55 for me to spend my hard-earned money on, that is perfectly fine with it. I have no problem with it. But for some reason, within this hobby, it has become like the bitching of how much everything costs. Hobbies are expensive in general. All right. Whether it be people that collect NASCAR stuff, people that are collecting, obviously, G.I. Joe. You have the Mezco collectors, right? You have coin collectors. It's great to get things on sale, on discount, on a clearance. I get that. I go to Ross. I bought a $30 Stinger. Did I need another Stinger? No. Was I going to buy another Stinger at $30? Yes. If I found another one, would I buy it for $30? Yes, I would. But it's come to this point where all of a sudden toy collecting has become like, how dare this hobby be expensive? The hobby's always been expensive. Hobbies in general are expensive. But for some odd reason, people feel like it shouldn't be, and I don't get it. And the constant complaining about how much something costs without justification of how much it may actually run is absolutely crazy. Toy Optic says, when you were young, it was all about bragging how much you spent. When you're an old man, it's about bragging how little you paid. And I agree with that. But, when people say, I'm never going to spend that much money on a HasLab, well, good, then don't expect to have it. And that's fine. Like, you don't have to. But it's one of those things where it's like, this is how much it cost. Lego Star Wars Kid, I think most of us here are completionists with the numbered figures, but the legacy figures are optional. Oh, I agree with that. I agree I agree completely with that. And again, I understand the numbers. It's smart. I would buy everything anyway because I'm a completionist when it comes to G.I. Joe. So I'm no longer a completionist. But for some, it's that OCD that causes a problem. And then Triple D's Dungeon says figure swappers are the lowest of low. They are. And I'm not apologizing to anyone that I might offend. You are a piece of shit human being. You fucking go and buy a $25, $30 figure, and then you stick another figure in there. The best is when someone buys a fucking like Night Viper and they stick a fucking Cobra Island Major Blood in it to return it. That shows you not only are you fucking piece of shit lowlife, you're dumb too, because that figure is worth more than that Night Viper is ever going to be. Super Davin jumping in here saying, yeah, those people have a special place. Pop Blender jumping in here saying, yes, YouTube will allow you to do whatever you want except watch Disney Trick. Okay. So sometimes sometimes you'll read the comment ahead of time. I didn't read it, and I was not expecting a Disney trailer comment here. 3 stars says figure swapping and waiting for something to go on discount are entirely. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. They are completely different, and I'm not comparing the people that wait for things to go on clearance to figure swappers. But it still goes together with people that have to have something and don't want to spend the money on it. That is all that I'm saying. That is all that I'm saying. You are right. Someone who wants something on clearance, they're not the lowest piece of shit. They're just annoying. But and again, we're talking about people that never, ever, ever want to spend full price on something. I'll just wait for it to go on clearance. I'll get it at Rosscon. I'm not one of those people that say, hey, you know what? If you don't buy it full price, the line's going to die. And then you won't get this Rosscon, or they're going to make less. My thing is, if you like the line and you want to support the line, and this is what you're in for it, and that's all you're going to do is wait for that, then the line is going to die and it will be on you. The same way when it comes to like Kickstarters and everything. But I'm going to take a quick break because someone needs to go back downstairs and I got to shut the gate and all that other good stuff. So what I am going to do is I'm going to play something. I'm looking for something to play that's around a whopping 3 minutes. I like this one.
Hashtag made a power to place. The things you'll do for friends. All right, well, everybody in the COC, you put those lights right there and you follow me. And everybody in that COC, put the lights right there. Subscribe to me. Hey, punk, look. Now, while he stands here on stuff, you notice this man did not have his hands up. Power of the Force got them all ripped and cut. Now Hasbro's got to fix what Kenner fucked up. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, 4. Hope, the Menace, Awaken Rogue One. Hans the Man, Luke's got fang, but you don't even have a gun. Punk, this guy's just wired too easy. I know everything that he's gonna say about me, and I know that it's gonna hurt, so I'll try not to be rude. But why the fuck I paid $6 for this dude? So yeah, I'm crazy. Yeah, I'm old. Croak's just an alias, but I thought it was bold. C-3PO is the worst figure sold. Popped up in the chest, but not like you, punk. So it's not a legit workout. He's just bigger junk. But he's getting my action. He got screwed by Kenner. And he's been torn apart and rebuilt like his last name was Jenner. It's hard to try and judge this dude, but I have no idea what he's been through. But I know something about R2. He did stuff with Luke alone, and that's didn't include you. What's the matter, dog? You feel rejected? Did you read your script? I don't know what the hell you expected. And Dagobah might as well have been Paris for R2 to find out what real adventure is. Without them, without you, they met Yoda. Now take a look. Both of them are showing up on Grogu's Mandalorian hook. I wish this beat would end. I wanted to keep you as a friend, but punk, there's just no way I'll do this again. Oh man, I can't believe I hit send. I wish I was going a cappella. This is getting pretty hard to do, fella. Gotta put it to an end right now. Oh shit, somehow. Alright. That's as far as we go, punk. Never ask me to do that again.
I didn't ask him to do that. I hope Crow is here because he absolutely hates that. And I forget that I have it. And every now and then I need to play stuff like that. Ray Black has jumped in here saying, hey, punk and chat. Super Devin says, let's talk about how Hasbro has been holding back the Vent Mark II and Tan Clutch just to make a Mark I 350, 400, but the same mold as a Stinger that is $30 at Ross, 66% off. I'm really hoping that you're saying this as a joke. Because I will say this, Hasbro does not care about the secondary market. They really don't. They don't make anything off that. We talked about this. I think that Stinger, they made too many. And I still think that the Stinger sold as many as it did because mostly Gridiron, but a lot of other companies did 3D printed attachments to it. And that allowed people to buy more. They made too many. That Vent Mark II will come out. There is no doubt about it. And when it does, you're going to get the tan grunt. I think you're being a little facetious. I hope you were. You've been in here. I feel like you're smart enough to know. No, they're going to use that. Hey, what's funny is Fun School is still using. Fun School is still using that mold. So you can still find them on eBay and stuff. I bought a police one a couple years ago, and we're talking about the 3.75 ones for like $10 on eBay. It was a police one that I use with the with Shockwave and guys like that in my O-ring display. So anyway, what I was saying is, like, it looks like we have more and more people that they're just complaining about the price of everything and they want everything cheap. And let's be honest, we all do. But hobbies in general are meant to be, well, not they're meant to be, hobbies in general are expensive. And not everyone can collect everything that they want. I mean, that's just part of hobby collecting. So it's one of those things where I don't get. It's become more and more of complaining. I will continue to go back to what I've originally said. I feel like most G.I. Joe collectors are just that, just G.I. Joe collectors. They don't toy collect. They don't see what the price of other things are. Now, do I think that prices have kind of skyrocketed? I talked about, the Special Forces figure. I do think that it is overpriced, but I don't know all the pricing. Now, the biggest problem when it comes to the tariffs, and we know that's part of it, one of the biggest problems with that is that, especially a company like Hasbro, they're never bringing their prices down. It is so rare that they bring their prices down without killing the line and starting all over new. That's usually the only way you get a new price point, is by killing everything and then coming back down. And now, hey, we're coming in at a new price point. And it could be the exact same figure. I doubt they're going to do that. They want this line to go at least 10 years. I think they have 10 years of figures already lined up. So my guess is they plan on it probably going even further than that, considering we are, 6 years into it now, and they are just pumping out. And I know everyone thinks that once something ends up on clearance, oh, this is the end of the line, they're going to see it. No, it just means that the original stores have bought up their supply and they probably made their money back, and now they're selling off the rest to a clearance store to get some money. So it will cause them to order less, and Hasbro just to make less G.I. Joes. Same with Marvel, same with Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, which, again, just so you guys understand, they are much bigger properties than G.I. Joe Classified will ever be. I know people don't want to hear that, but Black Series and Legends are way bigger than Classified. They may not make as much profit per figure because they own the license, but they're much bigger. 3-star says, in 2026, none of these toys are worth what they're paying. These things have gone up 30% in 5 years. So we have a lot of other things. Go buy a car. I mean, I will continue to go back to go buy a car, right? And you are going to see a huge price. Go try and buy a brand new pickup truck. It's crazy. I mean, it is absolutely insane to get a loaded pickup. It doesn't have to be fully kitted out, Matthew says, only 4 years left. No. Oil prices are not helping. Well, I don't think the oil prices have started to affect that yet. I think the tariffs and trying to figure out where the tariffs are going to land. The biggest problem when it comes to toys and this type of stuff is that these companies normally will not adjust their price point when it's like, hey, you know what? We're making less money now, or it's costing less to make these. Let's bring it down. They're going to say, hey, they're still buying it. We're just going to keep these prices and take it in. John Battle says, Punk, outside of action figures, I collect and build Gundams and other model kits, and those prices exceed Hasbro, so hobbies are expensive. I airbrush my kits, so there's cost for paints. Exactly. Thank you for like completely like like you nailed it. Like you just I can say you answered my question. You clarified what I was saying. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's so many different things going on. Like this guy here, Mr. Wonderful. I'm sorry, the Mr. Wonderful. Sorry, he's like the Ohio State. Buy toys for what they are. Don't ever buy. And I'm not even talking about buying for an investment. Like this has nothing to do with the whole investment thing. This has to do with people that don't want to spend the money because they feel they're too. And again, I fully understand. If something's too expensive, that's fine. You need a roof over your head. You need to feed your family. You need to clothe your family. Make sure they have insurance. Make sure you're going to your job. And fuck Ohio State. I just had to do that just because. Exactly. Fuck Ohio State. But this is definitely where we're at. And Toy Optics says pickup trucks became luxury items since they have. Base price is $50K for bare bones with no options. When I bought in 2002, first year of the Hemi, I believe. I bought probably the most expensive 1500 Dodge Ram on the lot, and it was $36,000. And yes, things go up. If you find a truck brand new for $36,000, it is solely a work truck. Might not even get a radio in it. Probably won't be four-wheel drive. It sure won't be luxury. But yeah. And again, so this is just one of those things where people, everyone's waiting for that clearance. And again, clearance are awesome. Sales are awesome. I go into Target every single week. I go to Walmart too, but my Walmart doesn't seem to really bring stuff down. And there's nothing wrong with it. But these people that want to be part of the community, but they don't want to spend the money on the stuff, that's where they act like, hey, this should be cheaper so I can be part of it. That's not what hobbies aren't there to just like, hey, let's make this super inexpensive so you can get into it. They'll give you inexpensive stuff so you can get into it. And maybe that's where the clearance, the sales, they help people out. They help people get into it. And that's what these companies want. That's what every company wants, right? Hey, you know what? Here's something cheap. Let's just, here's something cheap. Let's see if we can get them into it, right? So many people got into toys because they were collecting Marvel Legends or Classified, Star Wars, and then all of a sudden they're finding what a Mafex is, a Mezco. Then all of a sudden people are going all in on Mythic Legions or Four Horsemen stuff, and you're finding stuff that is like, wow, like this is something completely different. These are higher prices. This is what the going rate is when it comes to this type of stuff. And it's just, again, it's one of those things that we keep hearing. I saw someone post on Facebook, their Walmart, 120 days. Why does my Walmart hate me? None of this stuff is on clearance. Well, their job is not to put stuff on clearance. For some odd reason, somewhere along the line, people got this idea that, hey, you know what? If a toy is on the shelf, no one wants it. Could you imagine going to Toys R Us as a kid and just seeing pegs? They're just hanging out there. Now, I know Toy Optics would love if he walked in and just saw pegs hanging out, hanging there with nothing on it. He's into that type of stuff. But most people, especially kids, you go there. Toys are supposed to sit there for a while. They're not supposed to sell out day one. That's where all this like has become a problem. Or one of the things that have become a problem. Look, see, look. And he admits it. He says, I do love a good pegging. um, 1,000 says, I donate plasma and get $130 a week. That's gas and fix and save lives. I don't know if you're joking or not. Either way, it makes me laugh. Cooking with Eric says Legos led to Pops, led to reaction. See, now you're going. This is when you're going backwards. And let's see here. Super Devin says Warhammer 40K prices are almost the same as buying a new truck. Yeah, and again, it's hobbies have never meant to be something cheap. Again, it's not saying you don't want to get stuff cheap, but everyone's just waiting for clearance. And again, if you don't think something is worth it, then you shouldn't pay for it. Then you should not pay it. I can't express that enough. I am not telling anyone, hey, just go spend $43 on these figures right here. You need to do it. No, I'm not telling anyone that. What I am saying is if you think that you want it, then pick one up. And then play clearance chicken on the back end about the rest of them. It's up to you. But when you miss out on something, no one really wants to hear it. It's the same as, you go through these Facebook groups and people, again, Google is your fucking friend. Why is the retro snake eye so expensive? Like, tell me you're new to the hobby without telling me you're new to the hobby. And I say hobby, not joke collecting, hobby. The retro snake eyes is expensive because there weren't that many made and the card backs were all fucked up. That's why they sell for $230. That's why I wish I would have ordered 10 of them because I would have sold them all for $200. I ain't gonna lie. It's one of those crazy things, right? And it's supply and demand. People ask, why are the Arctic bats so expensive? Man, you're already on that machine. Do yourself a favor, Google and find out why it hasn't happened. And Cooking with Eric says scalpers haven't really been an issue for a while. I mean, not in the Joe community, not for classified, because you're inundated with stuff. You're able to get it. Ed says too many people think prices should still be as they were in the 90s. I think he meant 80s and 90s. And that's another thing. You are absolutely correct. But I promise you, not one of these people walks into the car dealership and throws a fucking hissy fit like they do on Facebook about what the price of a new car is. Go try and buy a Jeep. Go try and buy a Jeep that has a soft top, that is loud as fuck, but you can go off-roading. Yet probably only 20% of people that buy Jeeps really take it off-roading and do what it's capable of doing, right? Super Devin says here, I wouldn't even know about Mythic Legions Kickstarter if it wasn't for Larry. They looked cool, so I picked them up because we are in off season on Joe's. Yeah, that's like one of the biggest problems. One of the biggest problems, like you have a lull of something you like, and you're watching somebody and they're talking about it, and you're like, you know what? I'll just pick one up. Never in your mind do you think like, I might really like this, and then realize, oh, there's other ones that I like. And that is how we end up collecting 10 to 15 different properties. 3-star says, if you do buy one, make sure you get the extended warranty with a courtesy car rider. Yeah, I still don't understand the rubber ducks. I don't understand that, but I know it is a Jeep thing. And now I'm seeing Bronco people do it. I was looking at a Bronco today. It was right next to a Jeep, and I'm like, Ford didn't even try and hide that they were copying the Wrangler. Like, they didn't even try and hide it. They're like, all right, we're gonna call it a Bronco. We've had the Bronco before. It was kind of boxy. What's the Wrangler look like? Go buy one. All right, let's just cue the exact same thing. Even try and hide it. Like, but again, it's just one of those things. I feel like more and more people continue to want to find things cheap, and that's great. And I'm not saying, hey, you should buy stuff to help the classified line survive. What I am saying is, if you want any line to continue and you like it, and I hear lots of YouTubers say the exact same thing. Hey, dude, if it's worth it to you, make sure you pick it up. Make sure you pick it up. Baldy jumps in here. He says, there's toy makers that do that. How do you have time to be here? Shouldn't you be creating the show for tomorrow? I made sure that I sent. You did get my memes, right? I hope so. OJ did make Broncos famous. There's no doubt about it. But then they discontinued it. Like, he discontinued. Anyway, it's been a gripe that's been mine. We have another gripe about Facebook. Bonley says, nope, all the punks here did it for me. Thanks to you. Okay. Hey. I can't help it that Ford discontinued the Bronco and OJ discontinued a couple people. Allegedly. He so did it. Okay. Let's go back to Facebook. I have another gripe. I know. You're like, man, you bitch about a lot. Dude, you guys gave me a fucking show. And you show up and you're like, man, he's going to have something to say. All right. When I do a review, if it's a G.I. Joe review, I put it in the Facebook group page. There's 65 people. We have a Facebook group page, Punks with Toys. Myself, Matthew, and Tony's Figs are all admins, and Jeremy Kimberlin is a moderator. If you're on Facebook, please join, but answer the questions or we just decline it. I don't know why it's so hard to answer those really simple questions, but do it. No politics, no religion, no BS. We boot anyone that's being a total dick. No AI. That's another thing. No AI. There's people can go elsewhere. Okay. So please go do that. So when I do a review, if it is a G.I. Joe review, I post it obviously in Punks with Toys because it is my group. Why wouldn't I post my stuff? But I also post it in the Pit, which is Jeremy Kimberlin's G.I. Joe group. When I do an Operation Monster Force, I post it in the Monster Force page along with my own. There are two right there. Skeletron, I'll do the Skeletron one in my own. So I usually post it in two. I also post it on, the Punk with Toys page because we have a group page, and then I also have my own page that I've been trying to build up. All right. There has come an issue with a few people, and there's more than a few, but there's a few that we know, that when you have a gripe on Facebook or you want to post something, you will post it to 7 or 8 groups. Nobody cares about your complaining that much. Nobody cares about your bitching or would you buy this? Stop posting in 5, 6, 7 groups. Again, I post in 2 groups normally. One is a G.I. Joe group. I could go to multiple G.I. Joe groups and post my reviews. I don't. I stick to one. And obviously, I'm going to post in my own. That would be stupid of me not to. It's actually why it was created. But there is no reason to ask every single person in 5 or 6 or 7 groups a question so you can bitch about something or the complaint that you had. I don't understand it. It makes absolutely no sense to me. And it's no different than the people that were posting all the AI videos and you're just filling up our screen, right? Like our timeline is absolutely fucking filtered. But when I see someone made asked some stupid ass question or had a stupid complaint or they want to bitch about something and there's 15 comments and then 5 minutes later I'm scrolling and I see only 3 comments and I realize, oh, it's in a different group. And then 2 minutes later, just stop. When you have a question like that, ask in one group, one that you have cultivated being part of, and ask them. You don't have to go to group to group to group to group to group. Now, it was brought up, I believe, on Punk's Pit that, when you do that, there is a spot up top that you can say, what groups you want to post this to. I didn't realize that. Facebook, you need to end that shit. All right, you need to end that. Just like YouTube will see like, hey, you already uploaded this video. We're deleting it. So you're not just inundating people with the exact same video over and over. Random diorama jumping in and say, I can't join your Facebook page because it discriminates against Facebook business pages. Yes, I also can't join my own and I can't figure out how to get rid of it. I can't figure out how to change it. So don't feel bad because I can't do it on my own. But yeah, Matthew says, no, I will post in all 6 groups to post my pictures. So if you are posting pictures in a picture group, that is, in my opinion, something a little different, right? You are in a picture group. I guess I don't even have a problem. It's annoying to see people post their reviews in 5 or 6 or 7 different groups, but I understand it, right? But most of these people are in the same groups. I don't know about the photography groups, but if you're posting your pictures and it's a photography group and it's about, then it might be a completely different group of people. But if you are in 5 different G.I. Joe photography groups and you're posting it all in there, yeah, people might start getting annoyed seeing it in all of them. Kind of like what I'm bitching about now. But it's it's just like, I don't care that you called Hasbro to bitch about something, right? Like, first off, you called Hasbro to ask when their pre-orders went up. Now I'm getting specific. There is no reason to call Hasbro. They have no fucking clue. You talk to somebody there's like, I don't know. There's a pre-order day. They don't fucking know. They're doing fucking customer service. Like, they're answering the phone like, oh, okay, this person's going to call and say, hey, they didn't get their product. Where is it? Or, hey, this one is broken. Okay, well, we need you some pictures. They don't know when the pre-orders go, nor do they care. And it's not their job. But people definitely have an issue with it. Like, and you'll see it in 6 or 7. And you would think that when people start going, dude, why are you posting this in every single fucking group? That they get the hint, but many of these people don't. They want to keep going on. And you're like, this is just as fucking crazy. Now, Random says, Facebook gives you bonus goals to cross-post your stuff in additional groups. They offer me money to do it out, but I don't. I said I didn't know that. So fuck you, Facebook. I guess you're not going to fix that for me. 3-star says, it's not only complaints that get posted in 11 groups, different groups, pics, fines, customs, announcements, the fucking announcements everywhere. I can't add everyone anymore. I think they removed that. I think they removed that because if I used to try doing at everyone when I would do for my live streams, it doesn't do it anymore, which kind of defeats the purpose. And I know there were people that were really upset about that. Like, just ignore it. John Battle says, Punk, are you having a you know what chaps my nipples moment? I hear you, dude. My buddy does that to get suspended a lot and ask the same questions to him. Why rage on just not to be happy? Well, I just don't have much to talk about. But it's one of those things. Like, again, I think it's not just me that gets annoyed with this because I read the comments and I have done a much better job. You can ask this guy right here. We'll talk about that in a second. I've done a much better job to not insult people. I have been, I think, the voice of reason in the Circle of Jerks chat. Tony is usually in agreement with me because he just doesn't really attack people. The other guys, man, they can be pretty brutal. One is a troll. Two of them can just be outright assholes. I'll let you guys figure out who's who. TK Storm says, Punk, are you upset people are being social on social media? No. I'm aggravated that it's like when you were a kid and someone called and they were like, yeah, did you talk to so-and-so? Oh my God, they have called every single fucking person to complain about this. Like, yeah, no, you didn't need to call everyone. Like, not everyone cared that much. Not in every group, and not everyone in the group cared. Baldy says, how many groups should we bitch in about BBTS damaged figures that's not actually damaged? It's just a small rip. How will people know? Also, what do boobs feel like? So let's just take a turn on that one. Delta 17 says, you read your comments? Why? You have to. Toy Optic says, I'm trying to complain to Hasbro about Punk right now. I'm on hold. And I will give Tony this. I never talk shit like these other jerks. You are correct. Tony doesn't talk shit. He will literally just, when he gets pissed off, he'll let you know. Like that poor guy that he yelled and screamed at on my stream when he thought he was being rude to Adam. All right. I wasn't going to talk about this, but Baldy brought it up. Once again, Facebook. And I don't have a problem with, if you're a reviewer, if you're showing something off, hey, you know what? Be careful of this. Be careful that this elbow is breaking, right? We can remember when Hasbro Pulse was just cramming stuff into boxes that were too small. Now, I have always maintained the same attitude that when it comes to Target and Walmart, these are not collector places. Their job is to get you the product inside of the packaging. That's their job. Get you the product that's inside the packaging, not being damaged. They don't care about the box because that's not what they do. You don't care if your fan box is damaged. You don't care if your microwave box is damaged. I don't think there's too many inbox collectors of, microwaves or air fryers. So air fryers might be a thing. Who knows? But BBTS, Entertainment Earth, independent companies, Pulse, collectors for collectors or collectors by collectors, something like that. If you were they were cramming stuff in there. Or now they just throw it in a huge box with some cut up wrapping that as it bounces around. They're the ones that definitely need to do better. But for some odd reason, people feel the need to go on Facebook and post and just throw a huge fucking fit, right? About how their stuff was packaged, how it was damaged. And though you can do that, people are going to ask, well, did you contact them? What did the box look like on the outside? This goes back to, there was a guy on Facebook who said that he got two Royal Guards from BBTS, and one, the top of it was ripped. I worked too hard. He literally said, I deserve better. Like, whoa, hold up, buddy. Hold up. He didn't show us the BBTS box. Now, when somebody asked, he said the BBTX box was perfectly fine. This happened in the shipping. Okay. So if it did, then you should have a picture of the BBTS box. I did not continue to read everything. Did he ever show a picture of the actual box? I do not know. And if it was, that's when you contact BBTS, who I have never had a problem with their service. Never. Matter of fact, I'm assuming it was Bill from Fresh Monkey Fiction. He saw my my review on this guy who had like 2 left feet. And he said, hey, you know what? We're going to ship you out another one. I didn't even finish up my live stream that night, and I got a message. Now, he knows who I am, so it's maybe a little bit different. But even before they knew me, they had no problem. You send pictures, whatever. BBTS would have taken care of him. But he goes all over, and he's blasting. Now, people now are attacking him, telling him basically what a fucking moron he is, and I'm in agreement. Then I get a screenshot that he made another post about this. And this was to attack everyone. And he literally said, when people are like, dude, you're an opener, who cares, right? Or it's just a little damage. Then he made a post saying, would you not sue someone for medical malpractice? Whoa, we just went from having an action figures box torn to medical malpractice. I think you're jumping a little bit. Like, wow, you or he went to not getting your diploma because someone said you didn't graduate. Like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, we're talking about toys, dude. Like, and this is a whole new post. It's kind of like that Jeremy guy who really, really hunkered down on how he really likes black figures. He's not racist. Some of my favorite figures are black G.I. Joes, like Roadblock, Doc, and Stalker, and Iceberg. Like, can you think of any other black characters you want to throw in there? We know it's not the Televiper. That's another one that, like, these are these Facebook gripes. This should have been called the Facebook gripe episode. Baldy says he didn't post the outer box. He just wanted to justify getting a fig for free, or as my mom would call it, stealing. That was the first impression that I got. Ed says BBTS also offers an upgraded fee to get collector grade boxes. That was also brought up. Now, so I will say this. If he showed the box, now, again, if he would have posted, if he would have showed the box and said, dude, I've ordered from BBTS a bunch of times. I cannot believe they did this. I'm going to have to contact them. And hopefully they take care of me because the box is ruined. Nobody would have jumped down his throat. It was how he came into it, how he started saying, I deserve better. I work hard for my money. Now, I say it all the time, like, hey, we work hard for our money. And back when Hella Dope Toys was a thing, that was one of Ted's biggest things. I don't care if you're an opener or not. Your package should come, your figures, whatever you buy, should be as pristine as possible. And that's how we're going to package it the best that we can, right? And he's absolutely correct. But the way this guy came in, and it's not hard to find, it's not really that hard to find the post. I'm assuming it's still there. You know, there was a reason why he didn't show the box. And it was torn. Like, it wasn't, I mean, it was torn off the top. But the problem is, you're not showing the box. And I'll tell you this, like, when our copiers come in damaged, they want to see what the box looks like. Because if there's a box, like if there's damage to the box, then Kyocera is like, well, you need to file a complaint with the shipping company, right? Because it looks like a forklift went through there. Now, if there's damage to the copier and the box looks perfectly fine, that means there was concealed damage. The fact that this guy doesn't want to show the fucking box. And here's the other thing. You can't just throw it in a box because BBTS has their own boxes, right? It's like, hey, this is the BBTS box. It's just huge BBTS logos all over it, right? You can't miss it. Anytime someone ships you something and it comes in BBTS, you're like, yeah, I know where you shop. Sean Forrester says, the real annoying thing is how folks post a complaint first to social media without giving the company the opportunity to fix it. Yes, I agree 100%. And again, I also don't think that you should not post the stuff, right? I don't have a problem with anyone posting if they got a classified figure and let's say the wrist broke or the arm broke. And they're like, hey, just so you know, I just got this. You may want to double check. Just be careful. Mine came like this. I do reviews, so certain things have broken. We're broken right out of the box. Like, you've seen it. So there are certain things, and there's nothing wrong, in my opinion. You know, Bobby Valla absolutely hates when anyone posts something wrong with his figures, right? And I kind of see his point when he says, why don't post this stuff on Facebook or on social media? It doesn't help anything. Just contact us. He's absolutely correct. You should contact. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, just so you know, I got this figure. The elbow broke. Be careful with yours, right? Now, the problem with that is that people are going to run with it and say, oh my God, all his figures are breaking. No, that's not exactly true. Someone is just trying to point it out. But it also becomes the wording in it. This guy's wording with these royal guards was, again, I deserve better. Literally, it says, I deserve better. Okay, you deserve better. I don't know why. Like you're better than the rest of us, I guess. But in my opinion, I thought the same thing that Baldy said. He just wanted a free figure. Baldy says, with how tight BBTS packed, it looks like he either ripped it as he pulled it out, or it was the carrier damage. But he didn't share the full story. That is exactly my. And I didn't say anything because enough people had already posted. Enough people had already posted, basically saying, you know what, you may want to give a little bit more information, because BBTS is going to ask. They're going to go, what the box look like? It looked fine. Can you send us a picture of the box? I don't have it. They're going to say, well, you know, I'm sorry. We probably can't do anything. BBTS will actually probably give you some credit. They'll probably let it slide the first time. 3-star draw says, I'll play devil's advocate here. They already marked stuff up. They charge for varying guaranteed degrees of packaging. The man paid for mint. He should get it mint. We're not arguing that. We're arguing that he didn't show us everything. He didn't give us the evidence. People ask, what did the box look like? The box looked fine. Okay. Can we see the box? Why? I mean, you took the time to take the pictures of this. Where is the box at? Right? I can't call up BBTS because I pull out some new Operation Monster Force and I post on Facebook. Dude, this is all water damaged. It looks like shit. And someone says, what did the BBTS box look like? Was it raining? No, it's perfectly dry. Do you have it? And then you ignore them. You know, like when people kept asking Shark News, "Hey, dude, who is it? Who's doing this? Can you give us some proof?" And he wouldn't give any. That's what it was. It was the exact same thing. So your devil advocate, it fails here because people asked, "What did the box look like?" And if you don't show the box and you just act like, "Hey, it doesn't exist," well, people are going to go, "You're hiding it for a reason." Darren, you're absolutely correct. If that box is perfect, then he should have no problem. He should have no problem saying, "Dude, here," like, wouldn't you post that? "Dude, guys, look what I just got, man. Like, I cannot believe this. I've never had a problem with BBTS. Look at the damage of this Royal Guard. This is the, here's the pictures. Here's the box that it came with." So again, and if I'm BBTS, I'm like, I need to see the box. And the other thing is, let's be honest, if you're like me or many of us, you probably have an extra BBTS box. You can even lie about it. And look at this, Toy Connections. Hi, Ken. Everyone say hi to Ken. Bad things happen when you don't say hi to Ken. Just remember that. Izzy Trevi says, "I let my dogs open all my boxes." I want to see Izzy on Facebook being like, "Dude, look at this, man. I just got this from BBTS and it looks like a dog chewed it when they shipped it. I'm so pissed. I deserve better than this." Steve says, "What's inside the box?" Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And so here's Baldy saying, 3-star, he didn't share the level he paid. He didn't share the level he paid for. Just use a screenshot of what they have up. Damage sold out already. And BBTS is collector's site, so they can offer varying degrees. Yeah. Once again, it all goes back to, if he would have shown the box and he didn't come in hot and angry, right? I think we'll always go back to Jeremy. There was a better way for Jeremy to handle. No, there wasn't. Jeremy never had to say shit. Jeremy, I hope you one day watch everyone that makes fun of you and realize we all know you're a racist. But yeah, I didn't really mean to talk about that. But I told you, this is going to be a short episode. This is where Matthew's going to lose his mind and be like, 3 hours. And I'm going, no, I'm calling it at 2 hours and like 10 minutes tonight. There wasn't much news. I need to get some shit done. Like maybe actually try and sleep today. I haven't been doing that very much. Kel Shave says, it's called a pity post. Or I say it's a pity post. BBTS would have rectified it. That's exactly right. And I think that's what everyone said, like under 3 hours. Every episode is short with me. Just remember that. I don't know who got. There's a guy on Facebook. So Ken is asking, I'm lost. Who got all angry about a box? There's a guy on Facebook in one of the Facebook group pages that got a Royal Guard. He ordered 2 of them, and one of them was ripped. And he said it came like this from BBTS. He said, I work hard for my money. I deserve better. It was a long post. It's not like those were like the only words. There was a long post of him bitching about it. And then when people started questioning, saying, well, what did the box? The box looked perfectly fine. This was concealed damage. And people are like, well, show us the box. Like, can we see the box? Which, again, as Cal Shave said, like, BBTS would have rectified it. BBTS has been nothing but wonderful when it comes to toy collectors and making sure stuff is taken care of. Steve says maybe his cat was in the box and wouldn't get out, so he couldn't take the picture of it because of the cat. This is all extremely likely. Steve, I don't know if I ever want to be in your head. You are making me laugh, though. Ken says, I work hard for my money and still give Punk $1 a month to have some icon next to my name. And I appreciate that. Jay Solar says, Punk, have you seen the first edition Black Series Mando movie figures? I have not. Did they drop? Did they drop today? I have no idea. But anyway, like I said, let's see. Maybe it was a BBTS ex-employee. That was they're going away. Like the if you've never seen it, I'll leave you guys with this. If you've ever seen the Star Wars card, and this is a real card because I've seen it in person, there was a Topps, I believe it was Topps, Star Wars C3PO card, and the guy printed them with a big, huge boner. That C3PO has a big schlong boner on it. And they're real. If you've never seen one, just look up C3PO Topps card. I don't know, boner, schlong, dick. It'll pop up. It's real. I know someone that has one, or actually a couple of them. It is it's real. It is, and the fact that any of them got through is hilarious. You'll know the scene because it's when he's getting out of the oil bath, if I'm correct on it. But yeah, it's real and actually pretty damn funny. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Please head on over. Make sure you hit that remind me for Thursday with a friend. This week, I will be having Matthew Matson, Action Figs Ed, and Random Diorama, a.k.a. Jonathan. No one calls him Jonathan. Or a.k.a. Radnom, where we will be dropping a special thing. So get some of the money out of your cushions. Radnom has graciously done something really nice for me. It was something that people absolutely loved. Something people absolutely loved from another company that unfortunately we don't see very much of. So I think it's going to be something that I think a lot of people are going to like it. And let's just say some improvements have been made. Toy Optic says Google Topps 3CPO C3PO golden rod. It won't be that hard to find. I can promise you that. Super Devin says Punk is trying to ruin your Google algorithm with the C3PO search. Well, I've already ruined it because I guarantee you all of us on Facebook are going to get inundated with C3PO shit. 3-star says, I'm trying to save Joe Fest money, and here's Punk and Radnom trying to gank me. I listen, this is something that has been in the works. We've talked about this for quite some time. I know you guys loved I know you love these little things, right? But now you have it from something, maybe you have something similar to it from someone who is still on the air. I hate to say that, but they're not on the air anymore as of right now. Maybe they'll come back. I hope they come back because I really like those guys. And I used to really like pushing out Mossman stuff in their videos. But anyway, 2 hours and 15 minutes. This is the shortest Monday night toy ramblings since the early days, but I am calling it a night. So anyway, thank you guys all. Please tune in tomorrow. Circle the Jerks over at Baldylocks Reviews. If you haven't yet, send your Chuck Norris memes directly to him. He is anxiously waiting them so he can just put them into a PowerPoint or Google Slides or whatever he does. This way he doesn't have to do any work, but say from Punk, Also, after that, over on Pop Blender's channel, the Evening Blend, you will see my moderator, Matthew Matson, and Pop Blender talking about pop culture. It is not so much toy related, but they still do dabble in with some of the toys. But be sure to tune in again this Thursday. Hit the remind me. Let's make this the biggest Thursday with a friend. Let's make Radnam a happy guy. Anyway, take care.